get something out of this game for us. I actually believe in the players more than I believe in the manager. Man. What's going on, people? Welcome back to League M for another video. Chelsea are back at the bridge, welcoming Newcastle on Monday night, and we are at that stage of the season where, you know, it's either, well, we're not on the beach yet. Like, it hasn't gotten to a point where now we're just playing for pride, you know. I feel there's still a chance to, not to turn the season around as such, but to just gather some belief. But looking at the things that have been happening in the club over the past few months, it's really difficult. It's really difficult to believe. It's really difficult to be optimistic. We're not even coming into this game in our best shape. We haven't been in our best shape, even at the times where, you know, we were good and there was a thought of, you know what, this is the best performance we've seen this season from Chelsea. We were not at our strongest. The games against City, against Aston Villa, those were the games where, you know, I thought that we were pretty good, and if we can keep that level, then we can maybe talk about finishing in one of the European places. But even that was not our best. We'll never know what our best is because we have not had everyone fit and available. You understand? Our injuries have gotten out of hand to a point where players have had to be shifted, and even now that's still going to happen. Players will be shifted. You know, we've had, at least throughout the season, at least 8 injuries, 12 at some point, went back to 8, and now it's like 10. You know, for every player that's coming back, we lose another one, and it's a real crisis. But that's not what I'm here to talk about. Even though this is our situation, it doesn't mean that we shouldn't go to every game and look to get the result. We need to do all we can to get the result. Things didn't go the way that we wanted last week against Brentford, and we know why. And the point now is just to make sure that that doesn't happen again. Even though Newcastle are not popping off like they did last season, you know, they're having a bit of a slump as well. They're dropping the levels, and that's due to things that have happened in their camp as well. You know, there are a lot of factors that we need to consider in the case of Newcastle as well. They will still fancy their chances against us, just like everyone does, and will do everything that they can to leave with all 3 points. And Newcastle do have their fair share of notable absentees as well. You know, you have the likes of Nick Pope, Joelinton, Callum Wilson, even their creator-in-chief in Kieran Trippier. But even though that is the case, they still have players who can cause problems for our defense. You know, you have Anthony Gordon, you have Alex Isak, Bruno Guimaraes, even though he's a dirty player. And I think that is going to come into play as well. I think Bruno Guimaraes will look to have his say and, you know, try to bully some of our players, especially in midfield. So he likes a tackle, he likes a challenge, he's full of grit, man. I imagine he's going to be everywhere on the pitch trying to take us out of the game. I don't know, he's a dirty player, but I like him. I really rate him. I don't think we have to worry about Miguel Almiron. Imagine I say that and he scores the winning goal for Newcastle on Monday. And at the back, Newcastle have Dan Burn, Fabian Schär and Sven Botman, who I imagine will be very competitive in set piece situations. If you thought Brentford were problematic, Newcastle will be even more so. I don't want to see what happened to Brentford be repeated this time around against Newcastle as well. I think Eddie Howe will have watched the game against Brentford and saw how non-combative our centre-backs were and how we couldn't deal with crosses. And I imagine Newcastle are also going to try to use their height as much as possible, trying to cross balls into the box as much as they can, seeing as we couldn't deal with any of those, in set piece situations as well. On the ball, they will look to be direct. They don't mind not dominating possession, but when they do have it, they will look to make things happen as soon as possible. Off the ball, they will be compact, press relentlessly when they can. They will try to stifle us, try to limit our chance creation as much as possible. But even so, in attack, I believe we have players who can cause problems for their defense. We have players who can make things happen and who will definitely be looking to get something out of this game for us. I actually believe in the players more than I believe in the manager. Man. The point is just to stop playing with the chances that we create, because we do create. And what actually hurts us is the fact that we don't put away the chances that we create, and it has been a trend throughout the whole season, even when we were actually playing good but ending up not getting the results just because we couldn't finish the chances that we create. So this game is going to be very difficult, and I imagine it's going to be a very hard watch as well. So here's the starting 11 I'm going for in this game. Not necessarily saying this is the starting 11 that will give us the best chance at victory, because we do not have many options. So I'm going for Petrovic in goal, because duh. And in defense, I don't think we're going to go with the back three because of the injuries to Chilwell and Colwell. So the back four will be Axel Disasi at right back, because he's familiar with the position, and also I think because Malo Gusto will be shifted due to the injury to Chilwell, and with Colwell being injured as well, I don't think Alfie Gilchrist is going to start, and I don't think Marco Correa is going to start immediately since he just came back from injury. I think Poch will want to ease him back in. It means our centre-back partnership will be Thiago Silva and Trevor Chalobah. I think whatever happens, whether we do go for a back four or back three, Thiago Silva comes back into the starting 11 either way. And then left back, Malo Gusto, due to reasons I've stated earlier. I've never been so unconvinced about a back four in my entire life. Moving on to midfield, I'm going with Enzo and Caicedo as the pivot. And due to Gallagher being out sick for the whole week, he hasn't trained the whole week, and I don't think he's been training this weekend as well. I think Modric will be back in the 10. Left wing will be Raheem Sterling, even though he should be benched. Right wing, Cole Palmer, obvi, and Jackson in the middle, because who else? And as for score predictions, because we're playing at home, I want to win. I actually want to win every game, whether we play home or away, no matter what state the club is in, no matter what state the squad is in. But given the fact that the team is very inconsistent, the manager as well very inconsistent with the decisions that he makes. He tends to set up the team correctly one time, and then the other times he gets it so wrong. He gets the in-game management so wrong. The fact that due to injuries now, we do not have players on the bench whom I believe can make a difference when they come on, even depending on the game situation. It's very difficult. It's very difficult to see a win. And given the fact that we had to rescue a point last week, even though we didn't have to, we did that to ourselves. I believe we can win. I just don't think that'll happen. So I'm going for a 1-1 draw. Yeah, I think I'll end it there. You guys let me know your thoughts on the game in the comments below. How do you think the game will go? How do you think Chelsea will fare? And what are your score predictions? If you're new, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Keep it M.